Hey guys, Marcus here doing a audio test. If you can hear me okay, please let me know. And we'll check if you guys can see me okay as well. So let's do our little check. We got about 7 minutes before the actual live stream starts. Got a lot of good stuff for you today, so be ready. Be sure if you like these videos that you give us a big thumbs up and you subscribe to us on the YouTube, because we got lots of live streams and we got lots of good videos and things like that. Now you'll notice, unlike normal, I actually have some little sticky notes on the chalkboard today. So we got a lot of good stuff for you. We're going to go through this and we're going to teach you how to sell with online video, with content, with text, with copywriting. We're going to go into all of that stuff, and it's all here for you. So if you can hear me okay, type audio good or audio check or something like that in the box. And we'll get this show on the road here in just a little bit. Got all my waters, got my chalks, everything. So if you can hear me okay, please let me know by typing something in the box, and we'll get this show on the road here in just a little bit. And if you can go ahead and type in your name and where you're listening from, that would be pretty cool. Always like to get to know you guys. That's another reason I like YouTube. It's kind of interactive and everything like that. So just type in your name. It doesn't have to be anything big, just your first name, and, you know, hey, I'm from France, or I'm from Texas, or wherever you're from. Type that in, and we'll get started here in just about 5 minutes or so, guys. All right, awesome. So good to have you guys all here, and we will be getting this going. And if you can also, feel free to type in your biggest questions about selling stuff online. That's what this is all going to be about. We're going to talk about how to sell stuff online, which is, I believe it's one of the biggest drawbacks that people have about doing this business, is being able to sell, right? Being able to sell is a very, very difficult part of the equation. I'm just going to check the other camera here in a little bit as well. All right, good. So Joseph from Oklahoma, welcome. Bob in Chicago. Patricio from Long Beach. I know Long Beach well. I actually grew up in that area. Katrina from DC. David in Seattle. Richard from California. Earl in Ohio. Let's see here. How to sell PLR products auto. Auto thumbs up. I don't know what auto means, but we could show you how to sell PLR. This works for anything. I mean, whether you're trying to sell like an elephant or whether you're trying to sell PLR or whatever, it'll be really good. Mark, good question. How not to appear spammy and pushy when selling. Excellent question. We will get to that one as well. So good stuff. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's like 96, I think, or something like that out here today. Or it might be 86. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think 96, I'd probably be cooked. All right, Eddie in Oklahoma. We got Stever in Redondo, California. I know Redondo a little bit. I grew up in Irvine, in Westminster, all around those areas. I moved to, where was it? It's right next to Watts, right? Like, I lived in all the places that those guys sing about on rap songs. So, you know, some of them weren't that good, but, you know, it's all right. But it was interesting. Weather was good. Beaches were cool. All right. Then I moved to Northern California a little bit later. I think I was about 24, 23 when I moved to Northern California. All right, Steve-O's from the OC. Is Redondo Beach considered OC? I thought that was Long Beach County. I don't remember. All right, Myrtlin, hi there. All right, cool. So about 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to be exact, or something like that. Okay. Just going to get all my drinks ready. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a hot one, and we are going to learn to sell. All right, Abdul from Pakistan. I think you win the prize for the farthest away. Let's see. Dave in Chicago. Jim from Greenville, Michigan. Go Red Wings. That's my favorite hockey team. All right, Detroit. Although they're not in the playoffs this year. I haven't been watching too many of them. All right, cool stuff. Kevin, good to see you here. All right, who else we got? Kendra from Oklahoma. A lot of Oklahoma. You guys got to get together and have like an old down on the prairie of Oklahoma party or something. All right, cool. So we're going to get started here. What we're going to be doing today is talk about how to sell online. Okay, online. I think it has an I in it, right? Got to have an I. Can't forget the I in internet. All right, how to sell stuff online. Now, there's a lot of questions coming in about how to sell stuff online. One of the questions is, how do I not appear like one of those crazy sales guys on TV? How do I not appear like one of those bad guys that's selling stuff, right? How do I come across, James in Chicago, good to see you. How do I come across as like a cool guy trying to help people out? Now, in essence, I want to get down to the basics of what sales is, okay? Your job as a salesperson, a sales dude or sales dudette or woman or man or whatever you want to call it, someone in sales, is to sell products, to sell yourself first, okay? Very important. So we want to look at this and want to say, okay, our job as a salesperson is to push product, okay? Now, right off the bat, you might be looking at that and you say, well, push product. I mean, that sounds kind of pushy. Okay, well, just bear with me for a second. So pushing product is basically driving people to something, right? We want to drive people to something. So how many of you guys watch other people on YouTube, and maybe you've seen those YouTube people who have a book, right? They're like, hey, I'm on YouTube and here is my book. You need to get my book because it's completely blank like my mind, right? Or whatever it is. A lot of people have books. A lot of people have good books. And they say they're selling their book. Now, when they have their book on YouTube, it doesn't seem very pushy, right? They're like, hey, if you enjoy my videos, you'll probably like my book. Pretty cool. All right, so that would be an example of just like kind of selling through content. Okay, now that's very important because in the old days, what we want to do with this first one here is we want to talk about how marketing has changed. How has marketing changed? Marketing has changed because in the old days, you would have those guys and they'd come to your house, and I'll try to do a little acting here, right? They'd come to your house and they'd be like, hey, you want to buy these Encyclopedia Britannicas? It's only $9 million and the left foot of your firstborn child, right? It's like, okay, well, no, I don't really want to do that. Well, we'll put you on a payment plan or whatever it is. And they go door to door and they knock on your door and they'd annoy you and they try to sell you something. And half of the time you buy something just because you feel bad and you don't want to turn the guy down. Now, I think in essence, that's where our fear of coming across as a tyrant-y salesperson comes from. Right? It comes from that experience of how we felt in the past when someone came to our door and tried to push us. Or perhaps we were there just looking at cars and we go to the car dealer and the guy's like, hey man, you can buy this right now. Your old car's a clunker. We'll do this, 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 and this. And you drove off with the car and you realized you'd been ripped off or whatever it was. Right? Now, I think our counter's done. I'll go ahead and remove our counter and put up our other image. Okay, cool. And transition. There we go. Cool. All right, so you're there and maybe you drove off with your car and you weren't happy about it, and that's why you don't like sales. And a lot of people don't like it for this reason. Now, the internet has changed this, right? The internet has changed it to where customers now come to us, right? You wouldn't look at a restaurant, like your favorite restaurant, whatever it is, visualize it. Okay, you wouldn't think of your restaurant as a pushy salesperson to get you to come in. Nah, you go there when you're hungry and boom, done deal. They don't have to sell anything. They're just like, hey man, we got good food. And that draws you in. Now the same thing happens online, only we have good content that draws them in and we got to get them to buy something. Okay, very important. Now, when I say sell, okay, I want to precursor this and I want this to stay on the board the entire time. Okay, when I say sell, I'm going to change that word, okay, and I want you to think action. Okay, action. So when I say sell, we want to say action because the reality of internet marketing, the reality of affiliate marketing is we can get paid when people click, people download, people fill out forms, people do all kinds of stuff, right? Trials, everything. We can get paid when people do anything. We can even get paid for calls. Now, in order to get someone to take action or sell, right, you have to sell them. You have to tell them why. Okay, so this is how it works. First and foremost, the thing that changes with internet marketing is the idea of framing. Framing. What does this mean? What does this framing thing mean? Well, what we want to do is we want to change the conversation and change the concept of marketing. Okay, we're changing the concept. So in the old days, a salesman would come find you. That's why you don't like salesmen, because they came and found you, and they were annoying, and they drove you nuts, and it didn't work. And, well, it did work for some, but, you know, you knock a couple doors, you get a few sales, whatever. Now, what happened with the internet is things have changed. Now, you have a different consumer. You have an educated consumer. You have a consumer who has access to unlimited knowledge. You have a consumer that is online for whatever reason. Okay, many of the people that are on this live cast right now might have come from YouTube watching one of my videos. Okay, whenever I do a live cast, it pops up on all my videos and says, hey, check it out, Marcus is live. All right, so they might be coming from there. Now, some people might have just stumbled across this in YouTube looking for sales tips. Some people may have gotten an email about this, right? What I want everyone to do right now is type in how you got here, right? If you got here from an email, if you've always been following my live cast, if you've found me on YouTube, whatever it is, go ahead and type that in the box there. And if you haven't yet tried ginger drinks, really good. Ginger Jamaican things are excellent, refreshing, right? Cool stuff. Okay, a lot of people from email. Okay, YouTube notification, YouTube. Okay, what else? Okay, good. So a lot of people were just like hanging out on YouTube, and it's like, boom, Marcus is live. Check it out. Okay, affiliatemarketingdude.com. Okay, excellent. So a lot of people came from different places. A lot of people came from email, which goes to show you the power of an email list, right? Been subscribed for the channel and get the emails. Okay, so what we want to look at is we want to look at the frame. Okay, what is the frame? Now, your frame is how you structure your message. So, how many of you guys liked the fact that I shared my Jamaican ginger ales with you, right? You were like, hey, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty good. I was wondering what he had there. Okay, that was an example of how it works, right? You're here, you're watching this stuff. You're like, man, he looks like he's enjoying those. I wonder what they are. I share it with you. Okay, basic example. Now, what we want to look at is the framing. This is why in the old days, when TV advertising came out and movie advertising came out, they noticed that some of the commercials weren't as effective as they used to be. Okay, and so what they did is they started using what's called product placement. Okay, and in a movie, instead of a guy just like holding the red can, they would pay millions of dollars for him to hold a red Coca-Cola can or whatever. And what happened is you had product placement. Same kind of thing with Michael Jordan. They pay him $1 bazillion to say, wear these shoes. He wears the shoes. He says these are the great shoes. Everyone goes and buys them. No one in the world thinks Michael Jordan is a pushy salesman. No one. I don't. He's an awesome basketball player. Seems like a pretty cool dude. He's not trying to shove shoes down anyone's throat, right? That's known as product placement. So we want to keep these in a different mindset, right? People are there. So the frame. The frame is someone's watching the dude play basketball. They like it. They want to play like him. They get the shoes. Now, the frame changes. And when you're looking at the frame online, you have to look at it and say, number one, who are my visitors? Okay, who are these people, right? Who are they and where are they coming from, right? I might have people that are looking for videos on how to do knitting. Okay, cool. So I got videos on how to do knitting. Or I might be getting people that are looking to find the invoice price of a car, right? Maybe they're typing in car invoice price. Or maybe I have someone who is hanging out on Facebook. Or maybe I have someone who's watching funny videos. Or maybe I have someone who's going to Google and searching for something. So it's very important that first and foremost, we look at the frame and we know who we're talking to. Who is this person? Okay, if you don't know who the person is, okay, we need to find a way to find out. Okay, so look, here's how it works. You got your Facebook. You got your YouTube. You got your Google. Okay, You got your Pinterest. You got your Twitter. All the other ones, right? Yeah, what else is there? Snapchat. You got whatever, anything, you name it, right? And you have these things. So these are all your channels where people could be coming from, okay? Now you go to a channel and you do what? Your job is to get attention, okay? So you need to get the eyeballs of the people. So whatever it is, okay, I might say, well, I know these people are on Facebook. Good, that's great, okay? I could put an ad up. I could say, save money on your mortgage. Some of those people will click. I will know the who when they click. Very important. Now, there's ways of refining this as well. You can refine and say, well, instead of just going for ads on Facebook, I'm going to do advertisement to people who are 50 years old and, like basketball or whatever. Or I'm going to advertise in a Facebook group. Or I'm going to create my own Facebook group. Okay, so what happens is your job is to get the attention of people. Right now, how many of you guys have been surfing the web and you've seen like a big block of images that say weird things like find out the trick that gets rid of gout, or find out the trick that gets rid of this, or this homeowner says this about mortgages, or Bill Gates' secret to computers, or whatever. How many of you guys have seen those? It's called contextual advertising. It's like Taboola, it's like Content Rev, all these different things that have content-based advertising. Okay, now what they're doing is they're just putting a big block of ads, hoping that a lot of people click. Okay, that's cool, that's great. Now, that's the first part of the puzzle, is getting the attention of your guy. Okay, you got to get attention. And know this webinar is not about getting the attention of guys. It includes everyone. We want to get everyone's attention. Okay, so getting the attention of these people. Now, the first thing you do is you figure out who they are. Okay, if they are on Google and they're searching for betta fish care, okay, and my ad says betta fish won't eat. Okay, cool. Now I can subtract all those people and give them information. Now I know who they are, and they go to my site now, or my video, okay, or my Facebook or whatever, okay. Now it's time to frame them. It's time to frame them and say, what type of message do I want to say? How do I want to say it? And what am I trying to get them to do? Okay, very important. So this is your hungry target market. Okay, your hungry target market is these people. Okay, what do they want? Again, remember, I said as a salesman, our job is to sell whatever. Doesn't matter what I sell. Okay, and later we're going to get into the idea of yourself as the commodity. Now, I don't mean yourself as the commodity like you have to be on here on a live stream or you have to make videos, right? No, you don't. You could actually be a content-based commodity, right? Where people just come to you for content, whether you're a channel on YouTube, whether you're Facebook, whether you're whatever, a blog, YouTube's, whatever it is, right? You are the content. So we want to talk about framing it. So when we frame it, we say, okay, what are they here for? Okay, what are they here for? Okay, now the way you answer this question is by looking at where they came from. Okay, if they came from an image that says Bill Gates' secret to computers, okay, they're here to learn Bill Gates' secret to computers. Cool, okay? If they look at something that says the dollar will collapse in 2018 or whatever, right, then they're there to figure out about the dollar thing. If they clicked on an ad about how do I get my betta fish to eat, okay, now they're here for information. Now, this is where the internet changes things. Most of your people are looking for information. Okay, cool. So most of the people are looking for information. All right, some people are going to look for downloads, some people are going to look for whatever, and you're going to have that, and they're going to look for information, which frames this in a whole different light. Okay, now a lot of people think that they say, well, I know who they are, right? They're looking for information on the dollar collapse. Okay, they're scared about it. They go to my site and I want to sell them a book about how to buy gold. Okay, that might work, but what if we frame it different and you actually give information up front? Okay, pretty cool. What if I took time, made a video, wrote a blog post, wrote a sales letter, did some copywriting to talk about the dollar collapse, we'll just put DC of 2018 or whatever, okay, and then show them what to do to prepare themselves. Now that's going to do a lot better because now what you're doing is you're reframing yourself from I'm trying to sell this to hey guys, I'm just trying to help you out, which is cool, and that's what we want to do. And key, if you want to sell a lot, genuinely try to help them out. Very simple, right? So we genuinely try to help these people out. and then we want to funnel them into what works. So first of all, right, we get them from the channels. We say, okay, where are they? Where are they at? They on YouTube looking for how to fix their blog. They're on Google trying to look for a blog plugin. They're on wherever, okay? And they come to you, and now it's your job to frame them. How are you going to frame it? This is the first thing. This is like the first meeting, right? If you want to get a date, the first thing you do is you're like, okay, well, you talk about, hey, this is who I am. This is what I like. How about you? What do you do, right? This is where you get to know people and you share information. Now, if I came across and I'm like, hey, you want to get married? The person will be like, hey, I'm out of here. I don't want to marry you, right? We just met, okay? Same kind of thing with sales. If you go for, boom, let's sell right now, right away, this is going to be lost and your long-term profitability is going to plummet, right? So, first of all, we want to frame it, okay? Now, there's lots of ways to frame it, and you want to frame it based on your offer, okay? Frame it based on your offer. So what is the offer that you have? Okay, we look at it and we say, well, let's say I want to get people, okay? So the people I want to get are looking for tax forms, okay? These people are looking for tax forms. Okay, good. So what I could do is I could make a helpful site. I can frame it around, here is my site that shows you the top 20 tax forms, where to get them, and how to fill them out. How many of you guys think that that would be helpful for someone looking that up, right? Here's where to get them. Takes me all of an hour to find the links. Okay, takes me maybe 2 hours to make a few videos or to outsource them. Would take me $20 or something. But how many of you guys were like, yeah, type tax in the box if you think that would be helpful? Okay, awesome. So, very simple. What we do is we frame it. Now we're getting all the people on Google that are looking for tax forms. They go to Google, they type in 1099 whatever PDF or 1099 download or download tax forms. They come to your site, you ask, what are they here for? Duh, they're here for tax forms. Pretty simple. Okay, so I make my information site. I got the links. Okay, then what I do is they say, well, what's my offer? Okay, well, I could offer them the tax, or I'm sorry, it's not a tax download. It's a get forms online. Okay, it's a toolbar, get forms online toolbar that helps them get PDFs and edit PDFs and everything like that. It's all for the forms, and it actually helps them get tax forms. Okay, so I could get them to download that, and I could do that for like $3. I get $3 when they download it. Pretty cool. I could also do like tax refund loans. Okay, that would be I don't know, they pay like $45 a lead, stuff like that. Okay, so I got my offers in mind. Whatever my offer is, now I want to take my content and frame it around the offer. Okay, so when you do this, you're like, okay, now I know who they are, I know where they came from, I know what they want, I know what information I have. Now I want to write the information in a way that they're going to want more. Okay, so if I write a really good post about why I think the dollar is going to collapse or stock market or whatever, and then I say the best thing to do is to buy gold, at least $1,000 worth or something like that, and then I'm like, hey, check it out, you know, there's actually this really good place you could go and get gold. Boom, done deal. Okay, so that's where we get them to do the action. If I'm doing the tax thing, right, what I would want to do if I'm creating a video, at the end of every video, I would say, by the way, if you want to get all these tax forms and actually learn how to fill them out and, you know, get this little tool that does it all in PDF for you so you don't have to write it by hand, go over here and get this through my affiliate link. See, that's it. That's all there is to it, right? That was selling. Oh, by the way, if you don't want to wait for your tax refund, here's a company that does loans for it. Okay, very simple. So when we look at this, we're like, okay, great. So that's the frame. That's what we're doing. We are doing information marketing. As the late Corey Rudel used to say, educate, inform, and sell more. Okay? If I had started this webinar out and sold you stuff and tried to get you to buy stuff the entire time, I'd have about like one guy watching, and it'd probably be the computer that I leave on so I can see the comments, right? This would be myself watching myself because no one wants to watch that. Okay? What you do want to watch is this stuff. And when I show you this stuff, you're going to be like, dude, Marcus, I want to buy your stuff. because it's going to show me how to do all this in detail, right? That's how it works. You want to do it in a really cool way. Now, what you want to do when you're looking at your offer here is you want to ask major questions. Number one, what the hell is it? Okay, far too many people do their internet marketing and they don't tell me what it is. They're like, I just want you to buy this, go fill out the form, it's really cool, it's going to help you, right? It's like Tommy Boy. You're not going to believe it, man. Our new brake pads are really cool. And it's like, okay, well, you know, they might be cool and everything, but what do they do? What is it? Okay, so first of all, you got to say what it is. This is a special toolbar that's going to download the forms, and not only that, but each form opens in a special window where you could type on the form, print it out, and send it away directly. This works not only for IRS stuff, but also DMV. Save yourself millions of hours every year with lame-o paperwork. Get the toolbar, and boom, you're done. Right? So tell them what it is. Next, the big thing. This is if you're selling stuff. For the toolbars and stuff, don't need to do this. But if you're selling stuff, what the hell is it? Number two, how much? Okay? Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you guys, when you go to a site and it looks like it's going to sell something, how many of you guys immediately scroll down to the bottom to see how much it is? Right? Type in how much if that's you. Be honest, we all do it, right? I do it all the time. It's like, I want to see how much this damn thing is before I read this whole sales letter, because if it's $9,000, I don't want to get sucked into this and want to pay $9,000 for like a used steering wheel or something like that. All right, so if you do that, type it in the box. Okay, cool. Looks like everyone. Okay, thank you for your honesty. All right, so they scroll down and they're missing your whole sales point. Why? Because you framed it like a sales pitch. Plain and simple. If you frame it like a sales pitch, they're going to have their arms crossed. They're going to be like, hey, pal, what you trying to sell me, pal, buddy? Trying to pull a fast one here, buddy? Right? So what we want to do is we want to up front tell them, hey, up front, here's what it is. Right? Here it is. How much? Number three. Now, there's debates depending on how you're selling when you reveal the price of your product. Okay? You might do it sooner. You might do it later or whatever. Okay? Cool. So we look at that. So number two, how much? Number three, why should I believe you? Okay? Now, this is a big one where a lot of people waffle it. Okay? They don't explain, why should I believe it? Why should I believe that your stuff is the best way? Now, a lot of times when we're pre-framing this, all along the way, we're building trust. Okay? If you're helping these people out and you're sharing helpful content, all right, whether it's you, whether it's outsourced, doesn't matter. There's people who outsource this whole thing and they just sit back and get checks, and that's cool if that's what you want to do. Or you could do it without your voice, without your, you know, whatever. You could just type if that's what you want to do, and you can call yourself Bob if you want to have a pen name, or Sally or Frank or Ted or something, right? Doesn't matter. So why should I believe you? Now, a lot of people waffle this, and they come out and they're like, well, you know, our product has been tested 9 million times, blah, blah, blah. The best thing to do is come out and just be honest. Be like, hey, look, you know what? I know on the internet you don't know who to trust. I know there's a lot of things going around. And I know maybe you can find some bad things about this product. And I'm sure there are a few. But if you really want to do X, Y, and Z, you're going to want to get this product because this is it, right? If this one part works and solves your problem, the rest is nothing, right? So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get it. And also what I'm going to do, just to make it a little easier for you, is I'm going to give you 90 days of support. That way, if you ever have any questions or anything, you just email us. We'll help you out with it. Pretty cool, right? So you just tell them, hey, why should I believe you? If you're new, what you want to do is you want to use what's called borrowed belief, okay? Belief. There you go. It says belief. Just trust me there, right? Borrowed belief is where you are borrowing belief from the product, right? So like if I was selling a Volvo, okay? Volvos are safe and wonderful and everything like that. People love Volvos, right? How many of you guys don't trust the brand Volvo? Right? Everyone does. It's like, you know, grandma drives the Volvo and she's safe, whatever, right? So you look at it and everyone trusts Volvo. So if I was going to sell a Volvo, I'm not going to say, well, you know, I'm an expert on that. I'm just going to say, hey, look, you know what? Volvo's been around a long time. There's airbags up here, airbags out here. They even have a little seat thing back here for little Tommy, so it gets his seat actually clamped to the frame of the car, so he ain't going nowhere, or whatever it is, right? Really cool. So we want to look at that, and we want to say, this is how it works. Now, David doesn't know if he trusts Volvos, but, you know, everyone does. And pick a car you trust. Okay, so you can borrow belief from the actual product. And all this stuff works as a affiliate marketing too. Number 4 is what's in it for me? What's in it for me? What is this going to do for me? How is this going to help me? How is, Marcus, you say you got to sell stuff, okay? And yes, you do. All the while I'm sharing this content with you, I have to continually sell you on staying on the webinar, right? I have to keep you here. And the way that I do it is I say, hey, look, at the end of 90 minutes, this is going to make sense, and you're going to be able to go out and sell stuff online, which is what you want to do, which is really cool. So we have to say what's in it for them. With the toolbar, what's in it for them? You're going to have easy tools that are going to help you fill out the forms, and you're going to have all these forms at your fingertips, so you don't have to go searching for them, and they're the official updated forms or whatever. Okay, if we're doing a software product, right? Let's say Camtasia or whatever. I'm selling Camtasia. That's like, okay, well, this is going to help you edit videos. It's going to help you do this. It's going to help you do this. Okay, so we want to talk to them about what's in it for them. Now, this comes to a big thing that people talk about, which is the difference between a feature and a benefit, right? What's the difference between a feature and a benefit? Okay. Okay, a feature would be, if we use the airbag or the Volvo example, an airbag. Cool. An airbag is a feature. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to think about the benefits of an airbag, right? How would the benefits play out, right? If I wanted to sell benefits of an airbag, what would I say? Okay, and type those in the box. All right, I know I have a cold water here somewhere. There they are. Okay, save your life. Okay, good. What else? Crash test. Crash test wouldn't really be a benefit. That would be like how you tested it. But a benefit could be like save life. Okay. Safety. Okay. Love family. Okay, everything like this. So these would be the benefits. Okay, so I could say, hey, this Volvo has 9 airbags. But if instead I say, hey, look, if you're worried about safety, it's really difficult, especially on the road with everyone texting and driving like maniacs, which no one should ever do. But if people are texting and driving, because I know you're a safe driver, but the other people might not be. And what this does is it actually has airbags in the side, because most of the time when people are texting, the wrecks happen this way, and it's a side thing, which makes this come down as a little curtain, and it protects everyone's head. So imagine, you care about your family, so obviously you want to keep them safe. Why don't you buy this here Volvo? Because it's going to keep them safe. Very cool, right? So that's the difference between features and benefits. Now, what we want to do is we want to take this and we want to interweave all this into our information, just like I'm doing now, right? I'm teaching you this stuff, and I'm interweaving the idea that you want to buy my products. I'm interweaving the idea that, hey, look, if you want to learn how to do this all in a really cool, easy way without having to spend 18 years of your life like I have trying to learn this stuff, then you're going to want to get my shortcut, my tools that's going to help you. Okay, now, this goes to, we're talking about features and benefits, and we're talking about what's in it for me, and we're talking about why should I trust you. This goes into the idea of the inner dialogue. Okay, there's an inner dialogue. Now, there's 2 things you want to look at. One, inner dialogue. Okay? How many of you guys, well, I've been doing this webinar, and you got to admit this, okay? We're all friends here, so you got to admit this to me. How many of you guys, while I've been doing this training, have been talking to yourself the entire time? Right? I have. It's kind of hard to talk when I'm talking to myself, but luckily, I'm on the same page as me. Right? How many of you guys have been having this inner dialogue? You're like, well, Marcus, I don't know. I don't know if this will work for my niche. Really? You could get $3 for a tax thing? Man, how's this go? This seems complicated. Shoot, man. What do I start here? How many of you guys have been having that inner dialogue? Type talking to myself if that's you. You're guilty. See, I knew you were. All right, your customers are having the same thing. Everyone who visits your website is doing the same exact thing. Right? How many of you guys, when I mentioned toolbars, you said, man, I wonder if those are tough to sell because of all that spyware crap. Right? Well, how do you do that? You bring it up. Right? What you do is you take it and you go through your process just like your customer, because you're going to talk to yourself. Okay? And that's cool. It's very good. Okay? you're going to talk to yourself, you're going to have that inner dialogue, and you're going to think things. And so is your customer. And if you answer the objections right up front, it's going to be very easy. Like right now, people might be thinking, right? They might be thinking, well, Marcus, I've been thinking about getting your simple sites or maybe one of your done-for-you niches, but I'm worried that I won't know how to sell. Well, what we're going to do is we're actually going to give you a sales course that I'm working on with those as well. So really cool. And if you want to get that separate, you can as well. Maybe we'll have that after the webinar. But your people are having this inner dialogue. They have it when they watch videos. They have it when they watch TV. They have it with everything. And they also imagine things, right? Best advertising slogan ever was imagine yourself in a Mercury, right? That's a great line. That's killer. Okay, so we look at that and we have this inner dialogue. Now, we have to look at this inner dialogue, and what you have to do is go there first. Okay? Go there first. Also, another thing I want you guys to remember, and I know this is long, I hope you guys are cool with this. If you are, give it a thumbs up, put comments. But the second thing you want to do after going there first, I had it in my mind a second ago, hopefully it will come back to me. Going there first, okay, it'll come back to me. So you want to go there first, and you want to answer the objections up front, right? You want to answer the objections, and you want to talk about what is it that they are worried about? What is it that they're thinking? Okay? Go there first. The second thing, and I remembered it, is that people skim. Okay? Skim. Now, if you look at my sales page, you go to simplesitesbigprofits.com/download.php. Okay, I'll put a link in the thing so you guys can check it out. What you're going to notice is that I have a lot of text, I have a video, and there's some big text and some little text, right? How many of you guys have noticed this, right? And it's on every sales page, okay? The reason people do this is because they're skimming content, right? How many of you guys, if you're honest, you're on other websites right now? Okay, maybe you're on Facebook seeing what little Timmy's doing. Maybe you're trying to look at something else. Maybe you're reading something. Maybe you're on your phone watching this on the bus and you're trying to watch out for other people on the bus or whatever. Okay, the fact of the matter is your people are doing other things. We don't want to pretend that they're sitting there consuming our content as if we are some god on the hill and they have to hear from us. Now, that's not them at all. Okay, except for Vonzel. He's just listening to me. All right, cool. Thank you for that. Right? So what's happening is people are skimming this stuff. And what you want to do is when you write your copy, okay, you're teaching them all this stuff, you want to put highlighted the inner dialogue stuff first, right? So when I'm saying stuff, I put a paragraph that's about why you should trust me. And I say, hey, we've been in business 17 years. You could actually look us up and look at this. Boom, done deal, okay? So you want to do that. You want to remember that they're skimming. Okay, very cool. How many of you guys are good so far? I know this is long. I know there's a lot of content. I want to make sure you guys are good. If you're good, type good in the box. I want to make sure you get it because at the end, you're going to want to watch this over and over because it's going to sink in and all this stuff's going to make sense and you'll be able to sell like a madman. Trust me, right? You might not see it right now, but if you keep learning this stuff, if you keep practicing and you keep looking at the difference, things are going to work for you, okay? So that's how it works. We have the inner dialogue. We have the borrowed beliefs you can use. And the idea here is to get them to take action, okay? We're always looking at them to take action. Now, let's take a look at what else we have. Let's take a look at the need evaluation, okay? If you're selling something, whether it's expensive, whether it's not expensive, whatever it is, you have to look at the need, okay? Evaluate the need, okay? Let's look at this. If I'm buying a car, how much do I need an airbag? Is that kind of an important thing or is it kind of non-important? Right? It's like, okay, if I want an airbag, if I want a car, I probably need an airbag. So I'm going to evaluate the need there. If I am buying a house, do I need insurance? Well, usually yes, you do need insurance. If I'm buying a car, do I need insurance? Yes, that's a need. Okay? Now, let's take a look at this in a different way. If I'm looking for the tax forms, do I need the toolbar? Is it of absolute necessity? No, you don't. So that's where we come in and we have to evaluate, is this something people really need? Is it something they're going to jump on? Is it something I can help them with? Right? So we have to evaluate the need and see. Okay, you could do like a scale of a 1 to a 10, 10 being, hey man, I need this right now. Those are people typing in like buy a toilet flusher thing or something if the toilet broke, or buy a roof or roof repair or something like that. Okay, so we have to look at this and we have to evaluate the need and keep that in mind. If they are clicking an ad that says learn about whatever Donald Trump did and how it's going to ruin the economy, and they're reading that, do they need to go buy gold? No, it's a good idea if they do, based on our way of thinking. So we look at that and we say, okay, well, what's the value of the need? Now, if the need is low, you're going to have to do a little bit more work selling. If the need is high, then it's going to be easier. Also, we want to look at the risk. Okay, what is the risk? Right now, you're watching this webinar. You say, Marcus, you know, I could go cook dinner. I could go do this. I could go watch stupid stuff. I could go do whatever. I could go watch whatever, okay? Now, I'm asking you to take a risk, okay? A risk with your time. I'm saying you give me 90 minutes. I'll show you as best as I can how to sell shit online really fast. Pretty cool. You give me 90 minutes, you'll learn to sell stuff. How many of you guys think that if I told you how to sell stuff and you learned it in 90 minutes, you'd be like, holy cow, that... Now I've spent 90 minutes, it's done. I could go and sell whatever I want, and I can make as much money as I want, which is pretty cool, okay? So we want to look at the risk. What is the risk? And we want to take that risk and we want to reverse it, okay? We want to reverse the risk that they have in looking at it, okay? So we look at this and we say, well, what can we do? Well, one, the risk of getting a toolbar would probably be like they're worried about spyware or adware. Now, the toolbars that I teach you guys how to give away and get paid on, they're very reputable by a good company and everything like that. Some of the others, you know, only use the ones I tell you guys to use, which are usually MindSpark and companies like that. But what we want to do is we want to reverse the risk. And the way we do that is by showing them. Okay, the cool thing about the internet is we could show them how things work. So I could actually like install it and do a demo and show them how it works, which is really cool, okay? Tax refund thing, you could show them how to fill out the form. You could talk to them about, okay, the only risk would be this. It's like the line in sales. I think it was from Belfort's thing. He said, you know, it's very, very big upside with very little potential downside, right? Good line because you're reversing the risk. It's like, okay, this is what you do. Like, would you invest $300 to learn how to make 100,000 online? I certainly hope you would, right? I mean, that's a no-brainer. And we look at that, and we're like, okay, well, that's cool, right? We're reversing the risk. And we say, well, if you feel this way or you feel that way. And again, that goes back to the inner dialogue that they have in their mind. Okay, cool. So reverse the risk, whether it's financial, whether it's putting name and email. Sometimes people don't like that. They don't want to get a bunch of emails from a bunch of companies or whatever. And so we want to reverse it and show them. Maybe log into your account. Be like, look, I filled this out yesterday. I only got 3 emails from this guy, and it was exactly what he said it'd be, or whatever, okay? So we want to get creative with it and then get them to take the action. Now, let's take a look at some others here. Bonuses and add-ons. Now, this is a cool one. A lot of people don't realize this, but bonuses and add-ons for affiliate marketing is killer, right? What can I add? Now, take a look at this, right? How many of you guys are interested in creating online video or screen capture video or something like that? How many of you guys want to get into video marketing? Type video in the box if that's you. Okay, I'm going to make sure that these things are updated. Sometimes they get slowed down, and I think they have actually slowed down. Okay, cool. Okay, so a lot of people want to do video marketing, right? How many of you guys, you like that idea? So let me tell you, one of the things that I like is video software. Okay? There's a lot of different video softwares out there. Camtasia, Pinnacle, Final Cut, all kinds of stuff, okay? Now, these software companies make a lot of money, okay? And they have really cool software that pretty much sells itself, which is good, okay? As an affiliate, I can go in and be like, hey, man, here's this cool software. If you're looking to do video, again, we're framing it. They come in here, they're looking for the best video software for YouTube or whatever. We frame it, We say, here's the information. Okay, inner dialogue is going to be difficult, whatever. Okay, maybe it's not that good. Maybe there's a better one. Maybe it doesn't work with my computer. All these inner dialogues going on. Okay, what we can do is we could say, well, check this out. If you get this through my link, yes, I'm an affiliate and I get paid. But what I'm going to do for everyone who buys through my affiliate link is I'm actually going to give you 10 videos that I made about how to use this software. Right? So if you buy this thing through my link, I will give you videos about how to use it. Okay, how many of you guys are like, that's pretty cool. That's better than buying it direct because now I'm getting free stuff and I like free stuff. Right? Kind of like, hey, if you buy the car from the other guys, it doesn't have airbags. But if you buy it from me, I actually know how to put airbags in and I'll put it in for you. Okay, this is called adding value. Add value. Okay, how do I add value to this thing, right? How do I add value? You can do it in all kinds of ways. People buying food, you can give them a recipe. People downloading toolbars, you could give them a PDF. People watching videos, filling out forms, whatever, you can give all kinds of things. And when you use this, like what I'm giving you right here, and I know some of you guys are like, whatever, this is too confusing or whatever. What I'm giving you is a roadmap to making a lot of money online. There are things in here that if you use one of them, you can make a fortune. Like if you use this video, the value added thing, done deal, right? You want to move lots of product. You start to get people to watch your stuff. You start to get people to read your stuff, and boom, you can push this by adding value. And they're going to want the value more from you because they know, like, and trust you from this other stuff. So really cool, okay? That gets us into, we'll get to that one after, okay? One of the tips with sales is that people always buy based on emotion, never based on logic. I don't care what you tell me. Everything you buy is based on how you feel about it. It's not based on logic. If you think it's based on logic, it's probably because of the fact that most people back things up with logic later. Okay, very important. Everything you buy is based on emotion for a certain reason. Okay, so that's what we want to look at. The emotional hot buttons has to do with this inner dialogue. That's what's going on, right? That's why you're having this. Now, I'm going to do something kind of weird, but I hope you guys like it, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to type in the number one inner dialogue that you're having right now, okay? We're going to take a break real quick. I want you to type in the number one inner dialogue, just like a sentence or maybe a phrase or whatever. Just type that in right now, and we're going to take a look at something funny. And I'm going to see if my chat roll is updating. I don't know why on this other computer it gets kind of slow. Okay. Yeah, it is being slow. It backed it way up. Okay. Arthur needs to watch the video again. That's fine. Tell me what... okay. Okay, that was his inner dialogue. See? Slipped one past me there. All right, where'd my chalk go? Okay. So his inner dialogue is he needs to watch the video again. Okay, great. We have, can I really do this? Okay, good. We have how to make this work. Now go do it. Can I really do this? Ideas, everything like that. Okay, so can I do it? Can I do it? Watch again. Okay, what else do we have? I know I can do it. I just have to do it. Okay, what else? How to make it work. Okay. What else? I'll watch it again. Got some ideas. It is confusing. Okay, no problem. Okay. Have to rewatch. Marcus talks too fast. Yes. Actually, when you watch videos on YouTube, there's a little tip. Some people think that I talk too slow, or yeah, some people think I don't get to the point quick. You can actually watch them speed up or slow down. There's a little toggle on YouTube where you can make it faster or slower, which is kind of cool. You can slow it down or fast it, but if you watch me on slow-mo, it's kind of weird, so I wouldn't say do. Setting aside the time to do. Okay, cool. So time, okay. Okay, so there's this inner dialogue going on that's like, can I do it? Watch again. How to make it work, time, everything like that. Okay, what if I told you I had a 76-year-old, I think he was 76, he might have been 74, something like that, But he was 76, and he actually went through, or it might have been 67. I know we've had him all over. I think our record was like 87 or something like that, actually doing this stuff and making money. But this guy, he comes to me, and he's an old retired dude, and he's like, I want to learn how to do this. And he didn't really get all the stuff. Like this stuff, he would have been confused even today, right? And he went on to do this stuff, and he started doing these toolbars, and he made sites the way I told him in a very simple way. And this guy went through, and you can actually see a video of him on my YouTube. He went through, and I think he was making like $4,500 a month with this little sports toolbar, getting people to download a sports toolbar. Very simple stuff, right? So if he can do it, I think anyone can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. It's not that hard. You just have to start somewhere, right? What I'm doing now is I'm giving you a big brain dump. That way, when you watch the other stuff after you buy it today, this is all going to make sense. You'll be like, oh, I remember he said that. Because even though I talk fast and everything, this stuff is getting in. Trust me. Trust me, this gets in big time. Okay, so that's the first one. Can I do it? Yes, you can do it. We have people that have never set up blogs before that set them up very easy. Okay, next one. I need to watch it again. Okay, good. The replay's up right after. How do I make it work? Good. The way to make it work, we're going to show you that in the Simple Sites course and the others. If you don't have Simple Sites Big Profits yet, go to simplesitesbonus.com, sign up for it. If you want a shortcut to making this work, I would suggest going to highticketniches.com and sign up for one of our niches. We'll actually go and pick you the market and show you how to frame it, and we'll work you through this. So if you're looking for that, it's a little bit more pricey, but obviously it's worth it because it's going to get you where you want to go. And it's going to be easier, so you don't have to worry about, can I do this? We're just going to give you something that's set up already so you can go do it, right? Very cool. Time, excellent. Time. What about time? All right, Marcus is obsessed with this stuff. Not as much as he used to be, but he's been doing this a while, so he gets it. What about me? Well, I think that realistically, if you could give me 15 to 30 minutes a day for the first couple months, I think we could do some serious damage here. Right? I mean, think about that. At the end of a month, so if you take 30 days and you give me a half hour a day, at the end of the month, that is 15 hours. 15 hours. Okay? That's a lot of time. Right? How many of you guys have 30 minutes a day? Type 30 minutes if you do. If you don't, then you're probably not watching this because we've been here 53 minutes already. But if you have 15 to 30 minutes a day, type it in the box. If you do, you can do this. Right? It's not that hard to do. What I'm doing is I'm giving you little snippets. I'm giving you ideas. This is why I read a lot. This is why I watch a lot of things, because of the fact that it's going to give you a snippet. It's going to give you an idea. It's going to give you something that goes into your brain that you're going to go, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Now I could use this thing. I remember Marcus said that if I'm selling software on ClickBank, whoa, I could give him this cool like stuff, right? Pretty cool. And then you do that and you're done, right? Very cool. Or you're going to take this, this idea of educating or the inner dialogue, and you'll be like, whoa, okay, now I know that they're thinking, this dude's an idiot, I wish that blah, blah, whatever, right? And you're going to talk to the inner dialogue, and it's going to make a lot more sales. So if you have 30 minutes, if you don't have 30 minutes, then, you know, but I think everyone does. Someone's got 5 hours, so really cool. All right, so we look at this. Dave Lloyd, I hope you don't get caught. He's watching this at work, right? But if you have that, that's 15 hours. Now imagine that. That's like 180 hours a year, right? 180 hours a year. What if I told you you could get like, I don't know, what if each of those hours made you $100? Okay, that would be what, 18,000 a year? Something like that? I think my math is right. Is my math right? Right? What if each one made you $1,000? Right? Now the cool thing is once you learn to sell, you start to put this in all of your content. You put it in your PDFs, you put it in your blog posts, you put it in your videos, you put it in your outsourced stuff. And now, instead of having content out there that people look at and don't take action, now they're going to take action. It's going to work. Now, one of the things that I see as a big, big failure online is they don't tell you how to get stuff. Right? How many of you guys notice that on my webinars, when I tell you to buy something, I actually show you the order form? Right, Mike, here's how to fill it out. It's not because I don't think you're capable of putting your name where it says name. It's because it does something psychologically. Right? It says, wow, if he's doing it, it must be trustworthy. If he's doing it, it must be good. If he's doing it, that's how I do it. I'm training them to do it and what to expect. If you train people to expect things, if you say, look, instead of saying, hey, you know, you should go here and buy this because it's pretty cool, I'm going to say, hey, check it out. Okay, check this out. After you buy this, I want you to email my assistant, Jane at johndoe.com or whatever. Okay, and when you email her, tell her, hey, I bought this product, send your little receipt number. We don't need the whole receipt, just the receipt number. And what she's going to do is she's going to send you 4 PDFs and 5 videos. They're going to teach you how to use this. It's really cool. You're going to love it, right? I usually charge like $200 for these, but I'm actually going to give it to you free. Okay, same thing. Let's say you're doing recipes. Okay, you give away the toolbar, and you can say, hey, after you download the toolbar, go get my free, you know, PLR or whatever. There was a guy earlier who asked how to sell PLR stuff. This is how you do it. Okay, a lot of PLR stuff is like packaged junk. Okay, the key to selling this is the way that I sell everything, right? You sell it, so you have like this PLR. Okay, PLR, what's PLR? PLR is private label rights. Okay, so if I have 1,000 recipes for chili and I sell you the rights to it, now you can sell it and you can keep the money. Pretty cool. Now the problem here is a lot of this stuff is just a bunch of unorganized stuff. What you want to do is you want to strip things out, and that's a bonus tip I'm going to give you today, which is the tip of bullets. Okay, people buy based on bullets. When you're buying a recipe book, and maybe it's like the guy who sells millions of dollars worth of like copycat recipes. How many of you guys have seen that? Right, the copycat recipes guy. Now you're going to scroll down, and you're going to look at that page, and you're going to skim, and you're going to see if he has the Olive Garden breadsticks or whatever. And you're going to skim down, and you'll be like, Olive Garden breadsticks. And that's the whole reason you buy the product, because of one thing. People buy products usually off of just 1 or 2 or 3 bullet points. Right, so if you can put some bullet points, hey, what's this going to do? Edit this. Green screen. It's going to do annotations. It's going to put it out in MP4. It's going to shrink your video file. It's going to do this, right? You're going to hear these things and boom, you're going to be like, I'm going to go buy it. And then when you stack this with the bonuses I'm giving you, you're like, holy cow, you just like sell me the product already? And that's the next thing, is how to get it, right? Show them how to get it. Go here. Click here, do this, then when you're done, come back to me and do this or whatever. Okay, really cool. Now, next, we want to go through upsells and long-term. This is a big one, right? There was something I was reading earlier that was saying, hey, look, if you have a product that's like $1,000 or $100 or whatever, and after they order, you ask them if they want a bigger version of it or an add-on or something cool, kind of like the bonuses, only instead of giving them away free, you could charge for them. Pretty cool, right? So make some cool bonuses, give them away, make some even better ones, and charge $100. Now, after people buy something, so like when people buy Simple Sites, Big Profits, okay, I'm like, hey, here's Simple Sites, Big Profits. It's awesome. Big profits, right? It's awesome, okay? They pay $297, and they're happier than a clam or whatever's happy, right? And they're like, yes, that's awesome. I got it. And then right after they order, I'm like, hey, guys, you know what? If you like this, and you know that I'm good at picking niches, you can actually add on a niche for $227. Pretty cool. And I'm like, hey, you know what? We'll pick your niche. We'll set it up for you, get your domain, put the plugins on. All you got to do is follow Simple Sites and use it, and boom, you're done. Okay? So I'm like, here you go. And they get that. Okay? It's a little starter niche. It's not like the high-ticket niches. It's a little bit different. But it's a cool offer. It's like a little bonus. Okay? Most people take me up on that. Most people are like, dude, yeah, I'll take that, and boom, I turn a $297 sale into $554 or whatever. Okay, so it works really well. Now, don't get annoying and don't be an idiot and try like a million upsells and downsells and side sells and cross sells and sideways sells and all that. Don't do that, right? Just be cool. Give them cool stuff that's relevant. That's the key to making this whole thing work. The frame keeps it relevant the whole time. Very simple, right? And if you do this, it works extremely well. So then next, you tell them how to get it. Now, you want to remember that all of this comes down to selling you. They are buying you in essence, whether it's your blog, whether you're like on video like me and they're actually buying you, or whatever it is, they have to look at you as the commodity. And what you want to do is you want to take the way you write, you want to take the way you look at things, you want to take your view of things, your take on the product, your take on all this, and use it in a way that's going to sell really, really well, and you want to focus on keeping it all congruent. Now, when you get into this, we can get into copywriting. If we have time, we can get into copywriting. Okay, or leave that for another one. But copywriting is the idea of writing a sales letter. So instead of coming up here and doing this pitch, what I would do is I would write down, hey, here's how you sell stuff online. Hi there, my name's Marcus. I've been making money online for 17 years. I learned this really cool formula for selling things. First of all, what you want to do is you want to find your frame. You got to find your frame because that's how people look at things online, right? They're looking at the frame. Like, where are they? Are they watching a video? Are they doing this? How'd they come to you? Next, what you want to do is you want to find your offer. When you find your offer, you want to structure your content around your offer, blah, 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 click here to order. Okay, be the same thing. It would just be in text. That's why a lot of times sales videos are nothing more than just reading the sales page, right? And it works. Like when I read my sales page, we get like a 30 to 40% conversion rate on webinars because it just works, right? Because I know these things. And if you do this and you add value, everything's going to start to be simple. So let's take a minute and ask some questions, or take some questions rather. I'm going to hop in the computer and we'll take some questions. I know this was a long, big webinar. Would you guys, let's see if I can get this going first. Let's see. Okay. There we go. I'm here. Right, that was a lot of talking, a lot of stuff. I hope you guys got a lot of good value. Did you guys get a lot of good value out of that? Okay. Steve, keep that for the end. Okay, type your questions in the box, and I will pull this up here. Okay. Okay, cool. So type your questions about this process, and if you guys enjoyed this, tell me. Say, hey, you know what, I like this webinar, and we'll get something going for you guys here. And if you guys want to learn this stuff more, if you don't have Simple Sites, go get it. If you guys are interested in learning this in a more detailed way, let me know, and I can actually teach a sales class. We could set up like, I don't know, 5 or 6 webinars or something, all about sales. If you guys want that, we can do that. Yeah, so cool stuff. It's like 1,000 degrees in here. Can we use Wix? I have trouble using WordPress. To sell, you could use whatever you want. You can use a sheet of paper if you want to do that. Really cool. Okay, so if you guys are interested in a sales class, let me see if I have a link here. And we'll just have some webinars just like this. So really cool. All right, Tammy, glad you like the...
Hey guys, it's Marcus here.
Yep.
And congratulations on getting registered for the last of our webinar series. Over the last week, we've gone over lots of content with...
There we go. Something started. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get a link here. Bear with me one second. I actually have to make a link. I didn't know people were going to like this much. So what we'll do is we'll have like 5 webinars just like this. They'll be private, and we'll talk about sales and everything. And let me see if I can find a link here. And if you don't have Simple Sites yet, go to simplesitesbonus.com and get that. And let's see. Okay, cool. So we'll do this here. Okay. And bear with me one second. Okay, so we'll do 5 webinars and make it cheap for you guys. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm going to make it, well, I got to get you guys a link. We got to figure out how to do that. Okay, how many of you guys are watching this on Affiliate Marketing Dude? Are you guys all watching it there or on the other one? Okay, Eric, cool. Let me see if I can get this thing going. Bear with me one second. Okay. Okay, you guys are watching it on Affiliate Marketing Dude. Okay, let me see if I can do it the easy way. And I'll put it on there. Okay, live. Edit. All right. Okay. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll get you guys a link as well. Let's see. Okay. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'm going to make it easy on you guys. Let's see. We need to get this. And now while we're doing this, if you have questions about sales, type them in the box because we're going to have a Q&A session for about 20 or 30 minutes. And I want to make sure that you guys have all your questions answered and everything. Okay, so if you have those, put them in. Okay, cool. So this should work. Center. Okay, so I'm going to make a very inconspicuous link, and hopefully this does the trick for us. Save. Update. Okay, let's see if this wants to work for us. Ah, okay. This thing is being totally stupid. Hey, Rodrigo, how you doing? Okay, so any questions on video marketing, feel free to type that in now. And I'm just going to fix this up for you. Richard, hold on that in a second, and I will get that for you. Okay, so this should work, hopefully, if my skills are working. Let's see, why is this not working? Index. Okay, a lot of questions. Hold on 1 second and we'll get those. Okay. Okay, yeah, Abdul, hold on with those. Okay, Stever is asking about CPA stuff, so bear with me 1 second and we will get that. And let's see here. Okay, and any other questions, go ahead and type those in. Okay, we're going to make this super easy for you, hopefully, if this wants to not be a pain in the butt. Open with Notepad. I don't know why my FTP program totally started being stupid. Okay. Okay, number one tip to selling stuff online, make sure you have your sales link ready, right? I wasn't really ready because I was just focusing on getting this going for you. But let me check and see if this works now. Okay, so I don't know. Oh, wait, okay, I see why. I have no brain, yeah. I absolutely have no brain, that is why. Okay, there we go. Now we have a brain. See, it kind of helps to like pay attention to what you're doing. Can we suggest having a website? Do you suggest having a website with every offer? Yes, I do. Very much so. Okay, so now let's see if this is working. Okay, cool. What I want you to do is go to videohacks.com and click the fancy link here. And if you guys want to learn more about what we did, like go into it in detail and everything, that's what that's going to do. So videohacks.com. And for the rest of you, if you don't have Simple Sites yet, go to simplesitesbonus.com. Okay. Okay, Steven's question, what's the turnaround time for the high-ticket niches? Usually a week. Sometimes it's quicker, but it's usually about a week. Okay, so any other questions? And we'll go from there. Again, that's videohacks.com. And we're going to take your questions now. Now, the videohacks.com, you're going to go there. You're going to click the link that looks like this. Okay, this is your form to fill out, and it's going to take you through everything. You go there. It's super inexpensive, so it's like a no-brainer. And then you're done. And then you'll be in our other classes. Okay, any questions about that, let me know. And again, that's videohacks.com. I'll see if I have a thing to put on the screen here. Yeah, I actually do. So I'll put that on the bottom of the screen. And then you just fill this out. Now, after you fill it out, it's going to go to my regular page that has the after thing. And then we'll get your logins and everything like that. So really cool. Okay, so any questions, let me know. Well, we have an email about your simple site. Eric, you got to get her on live chat. She'll help you out with that. Okay, so any questions? That'll get you into the sales class. What we're going to do is we're going to go through. I'm going to teach you how to sell stuff. If you guys like this webinar and it seemed to go a little too fast for you or whatever, we're going to break this down for you and make it really simple. So it's going to be really cool. It's a course that I didn't know I was going to go for today, but it seemed like you guys like this stuff. So we will get you guys that and teach you more. All right, so any other questions, let me know. Again, if you have not yet gotten Simple Sites or a high-ticket niche, you can go to simplesitesbonus.com or highticketniches.com and get those. And those are courses that'll go through, and you'll get lots of cool stuff as well. All right, so any questions about online sales? And go figure, on a sales webinar, because my link wasn't working, I kind of waffled the sales pitch. So how's that for irony? But at any rate, we're going to go through, we're going to teach you how this all works and everything like that. And again, let's see here. We'll go through those basic things, again, in a very easy way so you guys understand it. The first thing you want to do is know who your visitors are, okay, whether they're coming from Facebook, Google, Pinterest, YouTube, whatever, okay? Then you want to frame your content. Now, notice I say frame your content and not frame your offer, okay? Frame your content and not frame your offer, okay? We want to frame our content first. Our content is the first thing they see, so it needs to be framed around what they want, okay? Then we want to go through and we want to educate them on it, focus on their inner dialogue, focus on our offer, finding value, everything like that. And the goal is to get them to take action. Okay, couple of questions coming in. Steve said I didn't answer his question. Told you we'd get to it at the end. If you want to type it in again, since we're close to the end, you can do that. Abdul, Google AdWords doesn't allow bridging. It's mean if user come from Google Ads and click on the button on the site to go to another site where the people actually buy the product. They actually do, yes. Google allows you to make a content site and send people to offers where they could buy stuff. It's done all the time. They actually don't mind it at all. What they do not like is taking someone from Google directly and sending them to an affiliate link. Okay, they don't like that. What they want you to do is bring content, bring value. The name of the game here is providing some kind of value, whether it's something simple like, hey, here's how to download the tax forms, or whether it's something complicated like, hey, here's how you do this. Again, for those who want to learn more of the sales process, learn how to sell, go to videohacks.com. That's up. It'll only be up on this webinar, so if you're seeing it later, that's not going to be available. So you can only sign up now. We're only going to take people now. If you want a copy of the recording later, maybe we could work that out. But for right now, you have to go to videohacks.com. Okay, Steve says, if a newbie goes to OfferVault but has to be approved by the vendor to offer the product but have no history of marketing, why would a newbie get approved? Well, Steve, in the Simple Sites course, I actually show you how to get approved if you're a newbie. I actually had letters from like 3 people this week that were brand new and got approved at some of the networks that are like higher end ones. So it's pretty cool. There's a process that you go through with it. You have to prove to them that you're not like just going to spam, Craigslist or something, because that's what they're after. They want to protect themselves, right? They're not there to deny you. They don't want to deny you. They want you to be good, and they want to know that you're not going to go around and do bad stuff. If you can prove that to them, then you're good to go. Okay, Rodrigo says, trust is a great key to online sales videos on YouTube to improve conversions for you. Yes, trust is huge. Trust is everything, right? If you don't trust someone, you're not going to buy something from them. That's why I stand here for an hour and 20 minutes teaching you value, right? Like, I don't care if you buy my stuff or not. What you just learned has been worth millions of dollars to me, has been worth hundreds of millions of dollars to people, probably been worth billions of dollars to people. And we look at it and we're like, okay, great. Marcus just like dropped an info bomb on me. I like him. I trust him. I'm going to go buy his course because for the piddly amount of money, I'm going to learn this really cool stuff. Okay. Now, again, you're going to learn this stuff, and then I'm going to want you to get other stuff too, right? We want you to do really good because you're going to get in and maybe you'll get Simple Sites. You'll be like, Simple Sites Big Profits is awesome, Marcus. That's great. And you get in and you do it and you get a site and you're making money and you're like, Marcus, okay, I'm making some money, but what would you do here? And I'm like, dude, check it out. Check this out. What you're going to do is you're going to use this, and you're going to use it, and you're going to quadruple what you're making, right? That's why you pay for mentoring. That's why you pay for stuff. Not so you could get more knowledge and info. That's good, right? You got to know stuff, but it's the art of using what you know. This whole thing is worth less than dog crap if you don't use it. You have to use it. You're going to go in and you're going to say, well, who am I talking to? Right? And you're going to say, well, they came from Facebook. They came from this. This is where they're at. Good. And then you're going to educate them. Instead of making a site saying, tax forms are really great. The taxes have been around for a while. Taxes are from the IRS and you need to pay them. And the average, that's not content that's valuable to these people. Value is different context, right? How many of you guys, we're going to try something different. How many of you guys know people or you know of a YouTube channel that you think is ridiculous, right? Like PewDiePie, okay? The guy has 50 million subscribers, 50 million, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the humor. I don't get how it works, probably because I'm not a gamer. I think it's a gamer thing, but I don't get it. But to his audience, he is providing value, okay? Just because you don't see value doesn't mean it's not there, right? Very important. Just because you don't see the value doesn't mean it's not there. So you want to look at that and say there's value that can be added in a lot of things, and we need to apply what we learn. All right, questions, keep them coming in. Okay, Ulysses says, is the link offer provided the same as the Simple Sites? No. If you want the Simple Sites course, and you get it now, okay, so if you want to go to simplesitesbonus.com and get that course, if you buy on this webinar only, I'll give it to you as a new customer special. Okay, for the rest of you guys, get it somewhere else. We'll give you guys some bonuses for returning. I always take care of my customers and give them cool stuff. So if you want something cool, let me know. Okay, Richard, how do you put in your experience and expertise if you're selling airplane parts, for example, and you know nothing about airplanes? I probably wouldn't go into that niche if I didn't know anything about it, because it's pretty complicated. However, I can do what I said with borrowing the knowledge and expertise. So I could be like, this is recommended by Joe the Wrench, who works on 747s or whatever. So you could borrow it if you wanted. But for me personally, I wouldn't go into that complicated of one. Like, would I go into the diabetes niche? Probably not. Okay, do I go in the addiction niche? Yes, I love the addiction niche. It's great. Actually, that channel is doing really well. We're getting a lot of comments. People are really, really responding to it, which is really cool. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life, is teach people how to stay sober. But this is cool, right? We're showing you exactly how it works in real time with that channel. I love teaching. I love teaching you guys. I love teaching other people. It's all fun. Okay, any other questions, let me know. We'll go through a few more. Again, that link, videohacks.com. I have to change the site back after the webinar, so you need to sign up now. Otherwise, that's going to be gone, because I don't want that link on my site, because it's a different site. We're using it for something else. So cool stuff. All right, so any questions while you guys are getting started? And let's see. So if you get simplesitesbonus.com, since I don't have fancy links and stuff, we will include that for you on this call only. Okay? Okay. Cool stuff. Any other questions? Richard says you should focus on what you know. Yes, you should. Okay, you should always focus on what you know. Okay? And you have to buy Simple Sites at the full price, right? You can't get the discount one if you want that offer. That way it's fair to my other customers. Okay? And the normal price is $7.97. Okay. All right, so we'll take a couple other questions. And we'll get you guys going. Okay. Jesus says, have website with videos and referrals to other sites. Google refuses campaign because irrelevant content. First step to resolve the problem, get relevant content. Yeah. Yeah, they say irrelevant content. The content needs to focus, right? That's the frame. That's a frame. It's got to focus on what they want. Okay? Cool stuff. Any other questions? And again, that's videohacks.com. You can go there and get signed up. All right, so it doesn't look like any other questions. Let's see what else we have going. And we'll go from there. All right, cool. So it doesn't look like any other questions. So go over to videohacks.com. If you do not have simplesitesbigprofits.com, you have to order on this webinar, and it has to be full price only. Can't be any other discounts. That's the way it's fair to everyone who ordered my stuff before. And you can go to simplesitesbonus.com, get that. And then for the rest of you guys, if you want to get the sales course, go to videohacks.com. That will be gone. This will be recorded. The recording will go up instantly. And if you want to learn the sales stuff, go to videohacks.com, click that link. I'm going to change that back here in about 7 minutes. So you need to do it right now. And that's about it. I think we're good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed all this cool sales stuff. Hope it really helps you. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it really easy for you in the course. So get started whichever way you go, simplesitesbonus.com or on the video hacks link. And how many of you guys want me to create more video related content? Do you think it's possible to exhaust a niche? No, as long as the traffic is still coming in, you can always use a niche. Yeah, I mean, it only exhausts if the traffic goes out. Like, you could exhaust, like the MySpace niche I was in, it went away because MySpace wasn't that popular anymore. So, yeah. All right, so any other questions, let me know. All right, cool. So we'll go ahead and close up shop. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to hang out on live chat. If you have questions, get me on live chat, which is on any of my sites. If you're watching this on our web browser, how many of you guys are watching this on the web browser? Right, the web browser looks like this. The web browser. Right, the web browser looks like this. Okay, this is what your web browser looks like. So if you're watching it there, yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see. A couple of questions. Are there niches that you would never go into or pass on? Yes, I don't go into anything that's shady. I don't go anything that's nudie stuff. I don't go into that. But yeah, anything else works. I mean, it's kind of a to each his own kind of thing. That's what the web browser looks like. Like that. All right, so any questions? All right, excellent. So we will get the recording out. Go on live chat. You can click the live chat here, or you could go to simplesitesbonus.com. If you go to simplesitesbonus.com, simplesitesbonus.com, we have our, this is where you get Simple Sites Big Profits. At the bottom, there's like a little chat box. You can get there and chat with me, talk to me, and we'll talk and get you guys fixed up. I'll be there for about 20 minutes if you guys need anything. Other than that, thanks again for joining the call. Go to videohacks.com to get the training for the sales. Go to simplesitesbonus.com to get the Simple Sites bonus. Richard says, what about low traffic? That depends on how much you make. It's got to be something you can actually make money with. So, yeah, got to focus on it. All right, cool. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Put your comments below. I read them. Okay, more questions are coming in. You guys got to ask them faster, so I'm not closing up shop every second. Will you be going over in another video pay-per-click, Google AdWords, or is it covered more on Simple Sites Bonus? Simple Sites Bonus. Get that course. It talks about Google, affiliate offers, pay-per-click, and everything. You guys are going to love it. If you don't have Simple Sites Big Profits yet, go to simplesitesbonus.com. Killer, killer product. So, awesome stuff. And if you want the bonus sales class, make sure you get it at the regular price, and you're good to go. So, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed this call. Put your comments and questions, and I'll see you Friday. Friday we have another live cast. So, see you Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll talk about making money with video. Thanks again for watching. See you later.